great dog. But yeah, so I told my parents, right? I told my parents, and I was trying so hard not to tell them, because I knew that they were gonna be extremely upset at me, all right? So I tried to hide it for as long as I can, and then it was kind of funny. What happened was, I didn't stream on Tuesday, right? I didn't stream on Tuesday, and I changed my stream title to no stream today, big huge announcement on Thursday. And then my mom saw that title on Twitch, and then she called me. She's like, Emily, what's your announcement? And I'm like, nothing. And she's like, what? You don't have an announcement? And I'm like, no, it was a joke. And then she's like, Emily, it is not good to lie to your viewers like that. And I'm like, yeah, it's just a joke. Like, I'm just trying to get the hype. She's like, Emily, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, sorry. Like, I was trying so hard not to tell my mom. And then she kept on asking me. She's like, oh, thank you, Tony. She's like, okay, what is it? What's the announcement? And she was like super happy and excited. She's like, oh my God, Emily, like, oh, what happened? Like, she probably thought that I got like a huge gig or something, like she like something great. And then like I try to lie around it. Like I was trying to like lie and not tell her. So I first said, oh, well, Mom, and she's like, yes. And then I'm like, I quit my job. And she's like, why'd you quit your job? And I'm like, oh, I didn't get the placement that I wanted. And then she's like, why not? Like, did you do something wrong? And I'm like, no, I just didn't like it. Like, they gave me like a team that I don't like. And then she's like, what team? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna asking me shit, and I'm just like, bruh, I don't know, like, and then I'm like, okay, Mom, do you want to hear the truth? And she's like, yeah, tell me the truth. And then I'm like, I got fired, and I started crying, and she's like, you got fired? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like staring. And then she's like, I knew it. And I'm like, what do you mean you knew it? She's like, I saw it coming a mile away. And I'm like, Mom, what do you mean? And she's like, you never do any work, Emily. You're always just sleeping. I knew you're gonna get fired eventually. And I'm like, no, like, I do my work. Like, I do the bare minimum, okay? How is that fire worthy? All right? I do what I need to do. That's all I have to do. She's like, Emily, I've been working for 40 years and I'm always above and beyond, okay? Like, you never do anything. Like, no wonder why they fired you. Of course they fired you. And I'm like, Mom, but like, and then I told her it's because I was streaming. I think I told her it's because I streamed during work. She's like, oh, you stream during work? And I'm like, yeah. And then, but overall, she took it pretty well. And then, I'm like, she's like, are you applying for new jobs? And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying. And then she's like, okay. And I'm like, but I want to, and then I said, but my announcement is that I'm going to be a full-time streamer. And then she's like, you're going to do full-time? And I'm like, yes. And then she's like worried, but she was overall very supportive. And she texted me something nice after our call. Let me pull it up. So, like, she wasn't mad. So I was really happy about that, you know? Okay. She said, as you don't like the city job, maybe it is better to be off that job for a while. The streaming job is not that easy either. You need to be prepared for the challenges from streaming. You need to take care of yourself like having a healthy life. And I said, yes, I will try my best. So she's like understanding about it. So I'm like, thanks, Mom. So they took it really well. And I'm honestly glad that I told her, because she's probably watching the stream right now. Hi, Mom. Is she here? Oh, she's not here. She doesn't support me. What the heck? She's not even here. But he would have found out anyway, like from me streaming at like 3 p.m. and like me streaming all the time. She would probably find out eventually. So yeah, crazy.